talking about, yeah. Ooh, so sit back, take a seat, and you gon' have to pardon my peace. Tell me how you like it, I know you excited. You gon' have to pardon my peace. You know we be vibing, all of you invited. We gon' get it pardon my peace. It's where you need to be, we got the latest tea. Don't get this game for free, yeah. We just speaking the truth, so sit back, take a seat, and you gon' have to pardon my peace.
How art thou today, Danielle? I know.
So good.
I'm excited about today for some reason. I don't know, probably because we have other things going on afterwards. I don't know. This is going to be a day full and filled with so much fun stuff, right?
So much fun.
I'm so excited, but
and my day started off so fun.
I know.
The boys had their first track meet.
I know. That is so fun. And you were the what?
I was the announcer.
You were the announcer.
So I'm practicing my announcer voice. Parents, please step away from the fence. There are children running in lane 9. Please and thank you.
Oh, I love track meets. I wasn't the announcer. I was on the track
Yeah,
field,
you
like
were
your
actually
brothers.
doing
I mean, like your
things.
I know, like your
like
babies.
My brothers, like my kiddos.
Like your babies.
Yeah.
Okay, Danielle. Well, let's go ahead and get into it today for our people.
Get into it.
We are speaking on. We've been wanting to talk about this subject for so long. We even did like a mock up before we really got started on the podcast, and we're gonna be talking about femininity and what that looks like, what people think it is, like how we feel about it. Of course, we're not.
Yes.
We're not what is it called? Should I say professionals or experts?
We're not experts
at this. This is just from our own experiences and other experiences and people that we've
Disclaimer.
asked. Doing our own notes and research on it. So yeah, we're really excited to talk about this. This comes up a lot in our lives, obviously, but
it does.
Yeah.
So how it first started with our mock, because that wasn't even our like initial thingy. It was, I just kept seeing it online, like everywhere, like, and we just gonna be walking in our femininity and our divine feminine energy. And I was like, what the hell does that mean? Like, what? I gotta wear dresses every day and like, or like tutus and ruffles. Like, I don't like ruffles and I don't like pink. So am I not feminine?
No.
And
doesn't mean you're not feminine.
Shay corrected me and was like, it's none of those things, girl.
None of those things.
But I kept asking you, so what is it? What is it? And you couldn't tell me.
Well, that's because I feel like that is because not only that I feel, but it's because it's a lot of things.
It is.
It's so many things. Femininity is just not one picture of one visual of what somebody thinks. Femininity is a lot of different things, and it goes in a lot of different angles. Like, for example, a lot of people may not think an independent woman is feminine or she has femininity because she's an independent woman. But femininity is not just what it looks like on the outside, but it's also an inside trait too. So, yeah.
I think it's mostly inside, not outside.
And a lot of people look, exactly, a lot of people look at, oh, she's not wearing heels. Well, what if she wants to be in tennis shoes? Does that make her less feminine as a woman?
What if she had 2 hip surgeries and can't be in heels for too long?
Exactly. Danielle.
Okay.
Or what if she tore her ACL and her meniscus and has 2 screws in her knee?
Shay. So basically, we over here crippled.
But we are. And I'm like, I still love wearing heels. I'm like, I don't try to let that affect me. But we're just saying some of the things that people come up with and they categorize femininity. And I think I know it's so much more and bigger than that. So
yes. And I even asked my sister, and after we talked about it, like, okay, well, what is it? I asked Asia, what is femininity to you? Mm-hmm. And she thought of it like I did, like this, like, girly girl kind of thing. Like, we're not, like, I wouldn't be feminine in the definition that I had in my head. And I don't think she considered herself feminine from the definition that she had in her head.
Right.
So my INTJ personality self had to do a little research.
Exactly.
I had to do some digging. And did you know, fun fact, there is such thing as a femininity coach?
No, I didn't know there was a coach to teach femininity, but it makes sense.
Does it?
Let me tell you something. We live in 2025 with social media. There is a coach for everything. And guess what? Power to those women and those people that are doing it, because that's why people always say there's no reason for no one to be successful or to do what they love, because there is somewhere for everybody to place their passions, their perfections, their education somewhere. And someone woke up one day and was like,
people will pay for anything.
And started a class on femininity, and I know they're gonna make really great money off of that, because it has become such a big thing. Or it's like maybe I've just been blind from it, but I hear about femininity all the time, and basking in femininity and
femininity. And I think it's amazing that we're talking about femininity today, and we both wore dresses.
I know, and it wasn't.
We're not even dress wearers,
exactly.
Really.
And this was not even on purpose. I'm like, I don't have anything else in my. I didn't want to dig. I didn't want to look. I just wanted to put something on that doesn't take any time. And I just put on a dress. I'm like, oh, it's red. It'll go with the couch, the chair. I'm like, whatever. And I feel good. I like dresses.
That's what matters.
Yeah, that's all that matters. So anyway, Danielle, I was gonna ask you, because I don't really have to ask you that, because you said you already kind of defined what you think femininity.
What I thought it was.
Yeah, what you thought it was. So I wanted to talk about the duality, the soft and the strong of femininity. So what does that look like? And when I was looking up, I was writing notes. I'd be at work writing notes when I'm thinking, when I know what we're talking about. So soft femininity, they say, is grace, poise, nurturing, emotional intelligence, vulnerability, being a safe space. And an example that I used was a woman comforting her partner after a hard day of work, or just after a hard day, and being a listening ear. No, and it's just, these are just certain things. This is not like just me in particular.
Yes,
but
obviously.
Yeah, like just an example of like some soft femininity. And it's like I say, like, we have patience, we have grace. So it already aligns us in a femininity category.
That's like very specific.
No, I'm not. Okay, it is, but I'm not trying to be very specific. I'm just saying these are some of the things, and this is just not for us. Well, this is for everybody to hear and just to understand and know, like, because I'm sure everybody thought like you that femininity was just this cutesy. Yeah. And like, it's so much
Dion
more.
from
Clueless. Oh my gosh. I think Dion from Clueless is more damsel in distress versus feminine independence. And see, that's what I would say I am. I would say I'm feminine independence.
These are very, teach me, girl, because I don't know what that is.
So feminine independence, owning your power without losing softness. An example, a woman who knows how to take care of herself, but enjoys when a man leads and supports her. And in my experience, I have to, because I don't have a man yet.
You gotta throw that part in.
Always. You never know who's listening, honey. Exactly. My husband may be on the other side of that internet. So yeah, but I know, Danielle, you had a lot of nuggets too. I mean, we'll go back and forth, but like, I know for me, I say that mine is more of the femininity independence, because that's literally my life. That's what I live, but I also see, we also always play around, and I'm like, I want to be damsel in distress. I want to have those experiences where I'm damsel in distress sometimes. And I'm like, well, it just doesn't really work in my world.
It don't work in my world either.
Yeah. And I love that you say that. I would like for you to like speak more on that, because you are a woman who is married and has a husband and has been married for 10 years to Thomas. Hi, Thomas. Hi. And the reason in you saying that's not how it is in your world. Because it doesn't make it right or wrong. It's just different. Again, femininity is like a whole genre of things.
Well, I feel like from what I looked into and what resonated with me in this topic of femininity was something that is just embodied. Like I was saying, like something that comes from the inside and oozes outward. And it oozes. It does. It just comes out of me without trying.
Exactly.
Because I was looking at these things and I was like, oh my gosh, I am living in my femininity.
Mm-hmm.
Because Shay, obviously Southern, we talk about this all the time. She was like, she came to my house and I took out the trash and she's like, why are you taking out the trash? And I was like, because the trash has to be taken out. Like, what?
Exactly.
So I'm like, am I not living in my femininity because I take the trash out myself? Like, what's happening? Because I do a lot. Like, my husband works a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in the house with the kids all the time, making things happen. I love to DIY. I grew up on Trading Spaces. So if there's something that needs to get built, I'm building it because I enjoy it.
Yeah.
But what I discovered as femininity is just giving myself the opportunity to not have to do something.
Exactly.
Femininity and being feminine lies in the options and feelings. And I can, just because I can do something doesn't mean I have to do it. But if I feel like doing it, then I can. And it's just, I feel like that's where that like hyper independence, which I feel like we're adding hyper to every word nowadays in 2020.
I haven't ever used that.
Really?
I never say I'm hyper independent or I'm hyper this. No, I never use that word.
Well, I hear it and say it all the time. And the hyper independence to me is, I don't mind it. Hyper. It's just like an excess of.
Right.
And sometimes you have to be, but it's like, just because, like I said, just because you can do something doesn't mean you have to do it. And allowing yourself to trust the process of things, allow things to happen, to relinquish control. Like, those are the things to me that in looking into this and diving into it, I didn't used to do, but I intentionally started doing that just, and it was really just in my journey to find more joy and peace, was just letting things go. Not having to make the choice, not having to be right. Femininity to me is the absence of pressure. To me, pressure is masculine. I was listening to a sermon and the pastor was saying, like, that's what men were built for.
Yeah, exactly. To carry all that weight. Bless their hearts.
Bless their hearts.
I'm sorry.
But bless our hearts.
However, God does equip them for that. And yes,
they are equipped for it. And we have been holding, women as a whole have been carrying all of this pressure and all of this weight. And I feel like that is where we are missing the mark. And I was missing the mark. And I just had to start sitting back and just allowing things to happen.
Yeah, exactly. And I like that you even said women, because I segued into what I was like, ooh, I would like to talk about that, where it's like, do you think in different cultures, femininity in different cultures, and how Black women is often perceived versus other cultures as far as our femininity, because people see, naturally in the world, people see a Black woman as strong and have to have it together, and we go the extra mile, we do the most, and so basking in our femininity may look different than other cultures, and not that it is.
It is.
It definitely is. It doesn't just look, or we think, it actually is different. And my question is, like, where do you feel like that comes from?
Necessity.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, just like you say, with you,
exactly.
You have to make the decision.
Like, I have to dump my trash if I don't have a guy friend, or my dad's not in town, or
which isn't not feminine or masculine.
Exactly.
Just that particular
it's just
action,
what it is.
But it's just
using that as an example.
You have to do it.
These are things
I
have to
make decisions for yourself, and you are in control of everything. You don't have the option.
To be like, hey.
Exactly.
I was even asking, I literally asked my friends, I literally asked them, I'm like, what do I give off to you guys? And I'm like, honest opinion, like, I'm asking genuinely for myself, like, I want to know. And literally all of them was like, yeah, I think you're feminine. And I'm like, give me examples and stuff. And they're like, just because you don't have a person and just because you live alone and you're an independent woman doesn't make you less feminine than a woman that has a man. It's just yours looks different because it has to. Like you said, you don't really have the option for someone else to do something for you. You have to do it. You have to make those decisions for yourself. And I was like, okay. Like, I was actually shocked because I was thinking they would say something else. Like, because naturally with the mindset where you are independent, it may be portrayed from another person as not as feminine. Also, even my older brother, when we were in Florida recently, we were talking and stuff, and I don't know how it came up, but I kind of asked him, or he had expressed to me, because we were talking about women and their femininity and soft and younger women and older women and blah 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 blah, and he was like, yeah, I can kind of see where you're a little independent too. And I'm like, yeah. I have to be, I literally have to be, or nothing will get done, and I don't look at it as an unfortunate, I look at it as fortunate. So when I am in a relationship with my partner, it's like I'll have that for myself. That's something for myself, but then I'll also be able to, when necessary, rely on him if he makes me feel like I can, which for me, I'm not going to get in a relationship with a man that doesn't make me feel like I can rely on him in that way. And bask in my fit. It's very healthy. Yeah. So, yeah.
So one thing that I did see that was really fun was 5 ways to embrace and call in your feminine energy.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
So the first thing was changing your way of thinking from I need to do this, I have to do this, to I get to do this.
That makes sense.
Which I've heard in just positive thinking and showing appreciation and gratitude for life. But I also think that is part of being feminine. Having the gratitude for life.
Yeah.
And the grace, for life. So yes, we get to do things. We get to do any of the mundane things in life. There's still options. We can view them as options because honestly, everything is a choice. Like there's nothing that's not a choice. You're going to choose to do anything that you're doing. The second thing was to get creative every day.
Which I feel like
getting creative, which I think is it's something
creativity.
So simple, but it made so much sense. Because women are naturally nurturers and creators. We naturally create things. We build things up. So it can
We're
look like anything.
Kitchen creating things. We want to paint. We like to read. We like to write. We like everything. It's creativity.
Everything.
Doing different things to our hair or makeup.
Yes. So those outward expressions can also be
and exude
feminine because you're getting creative with what you're wearing, what you're doing with your hair or your makeup or your shoes or your whatever. You're cooking. You're like with me, crafting with the kids. That is creating, and we should be doing that every day.
Yeah.
Even it doesn't even have to be huge, but we should be creating something every day. That's gonna call in our feminine energy.
You listening, guys?
Number 3 was dancing. Somatic dancing. Feeling, and that was what was the idea behind it, was just getting into our bodies and feeling what is happening for us, getting in tune, because when we're in tune with ourselves, with our bodies, with our minds, then we're able to receive, and femininity is receiving. Receiving.
I love getting in my mirror dancing.
Yes, and I was like, these are things that I've started doing. I do every
all the time.
Morning.
I'm like, I get in the mirror and I just because I always have music on. And I'm like, Ooh, Shay, you can move, girl.
I'm in the kitchen every morning making breakfast with the music on.
I have to have music.
Dancing around the kitchen, bringing
cleaning
the
up
kids
with
in.
Music.
Like, all the time. And it does. It makes such a huge difference in my day.
Oh, my gosh,
I know when I haven't started my day off with music and dancing. It just makes me happy.
It's so natural, too. I'm like, where's my... To the point, no joke, all jokes aside, I literally, because I had the music on, I'm like, dang, it's on my phone. I'm like, dang, I can't hear it in here. And I have speakers, but none. I'm like, I need one just Bluetooth only. I don't need to be trying to plug it up, let it charge. I walked in here, I said, wait a minute. I walked in here, got my phone off the charger, set my little butt down, and ordered me a speaker off of Amazon. And it's a pretty nice size one. You'll see it next time. I think it'll be here tomorrow. So I love me some Amazon.
It's a problem.
I know. But I don't shop on Amazon a lot. I haven't been shopping. I've cut back a lot. Remember when that was my couple of years ago? I'm so good now.
Yay, receive
I
that
want to thank me.
Girl. Receive it, receive it. Number 4 was being in nature.
Oh,
which I also think is very important.
It is.
Grounding.
Hiking, being on the...
And again, just getting in tune with ourselves.
Yeah, we're humans.
We are humans. We are women. We are strong. And we have to know that about ourselves. Because women are naturally givers and we are doers. So it needs to be intentional for us to do these things to get back to ourselves.
Yeah. We don't want to get depleted.
Exactly. Well, let me say the last thing was to call energy in.
Yeah.
Calling energy in, meaning just allowing ourselves to just be.
Yeah.
Be quiet.
Yeah.
Be still and allow the atmosphere to just kind of, for us to gauge where we are. Everywhere we go, for us to be able to take a minute and say, what's happening right now? What's here for me right now? And I feel like the main thing to me, which made me feel like, okay, I am doing this feminine thing.
Yeah.
And I have made some changes, was really just, it's about us.
It is about us. It's our choices. It's our decisions.
Getting
into tune with yourself, loving self, nurturing self, pouring into self. Like you said earlier, we're always giving, doing. We always, women naturally, not on purpose, and I don't want to say they forget about themselves, but they're so busy doing and loving that they're doing for other people and family and their friends and their kids and all this, that they're like, oh, I need a massage. Oh, let me take a break. Oh, I'm going to take me a hot, warm bath with bubbles and candles and just sit in there and listen to music, whatever it is, whatever that may be to you.
Yes.
And we definitely have to make sure we're in tune with ourselves. We definitely have to make sure that our cups are always full and that we give everyone else the runneth over. Whatever is poured, whatever is left over, that's what they get. And that's so much more. It's a lot.
And we have so much more to give when we allow ourselves to just
full.
Settle into what's happening and stop forcing things. Stop making things happen. Stop making the choices. Stop making other people's lives easier.
Exactly.
When it's not benefiting
it's not benefiting us at all. And that's why we have to check ourselves. Like, I love that I have to check myself, like, Shay,
take a seat.
You need to take several seats. Actually, Shay, it's okay. You don't have to do this today. Shay, let your brain rest. Shay, go to bed. Go to sleep. Get some sleep. Shay, get 8 hours of sleep.
That's like,
I promise you, whatever you're doing, whatever is on your mind, whatever you didn't finish, it's going to be there tomorrow.
It will be.
Get your 8 hours of sleep.
And
I've been doing good. I even have an alarm set because I'm naturally like a person that I stay up late, but then I also naturally get up early, and that's never going to change for me. I'm just an early bird. Like, God wakes me up in the morning. I can't help it. I be wanting to sleep in, but I don't, and I actually like it. I get so much done before work. Danielle and I get on the line. We haven't been consistent every single day this week, but Danielle and I get on the line every morning and we do our time with God. We are in our Bible study, and we're doing Old Testament right now. But that's even beautiful. Where we get up in the morning and do that together. But it also get the opportunity to do a lot of things around the house and just prepare myself even before I get ready for work. So I like getting up early. The early bird gets the worm.
Early bird.
Success is on the other side of that
because
pillow.
There is somebody that's going to ask me for something.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to make sure, and that is part of me living in my divine femininity.
Yeah.
Making it a priority to take the time to dedicate to myself,
Mm-hmm.
to filling myself up with makes me happy.
Yeah.
Even if it is just my cup of ginger tea in the morning and some quiet or some music.
Yeah.
And like the kids know, they come down in the morning and they ask, Mommy, can I watch TV? Even if I haven't turned my music on yet,
Mm-hmm.
they ask because they know Mommy's listening to music in the morning.
Yeah.
That's just what I do. And I love that now that is what is expected.
Exactly.
So sometimes I'll forget, like I'll get busy
Mm-hmm.
and I'll forget to turn my music on.
Mm-hmm.
And them asking me reminds me, and I'm like, oh, no, not yet. Let me get my music on. Let me get my dance on. And let me fill myself with some joy, because it brings me so much joy to just be in that kitchen dancing around like a damn fool. But I don't even care.
It's also, people always think misconceptions about femininity, that femininity means you're weak, that femininity means you're not independent, that you can't do things on your own. That is absolutely not what femininity means.
Not at all.
It's nowhere near that. It's actually the opposite, and it is so beautiful, because I'm gonna tell you one thing. I don't know not one woman that can't do for themselves. And even if she can't, she will learn how to do for herself. She has to figure out life herself. She's gonna figure it out. Trust me. And that's where that lies, where her femininity can be used in that way. So there's no such thing as femininity making you or a woman weak in any way at all. And if someone says that,
they are wrong.
You just have to ignore that, because that is not what femininity is. It's such a beautiful crown to wear. And I think people look at it as a person that is well kept or taken care of, or that's damsel in distress, that they just have the best soft life. But they're still doing something. They're making sure that home is taken care of. They're making sure dinner is cooked. They're making sure those kids, if they have kids, are taken care of. They're doing other things around the house, in the house, outside of the house. Like, women just do the most. It doesn't matter because she doesn't have an 8 to 5. It doesn't make her less or more than the next. It's just, that's what I'm saying. It's different for different situations and different relationships.
And that was my misconception when we had started talking about it, because remember, I was like, if people looked at my life,
right, they
would think that I was feminine. And at that point, I didn't think I really was.
Oh, you're feminine.
I was just like, they would think that I have this soft life because I don't go to a 9-to-5 job and my husband works and I just stay home with the kids and
they don't even know. No.
Little do
I think some people know. I think some people would rather be like, I'll go to work for 10,000, please.
It has been surprising to me how many women have actually like sat down when I tell them about my day, or like homeschooling the kids, or that I haven't had a 8-to-5 outside job for a while, and like they're like, no, I couldn't. I don't know how you do
exactly.
That. Like
exactly.
What?
That's what I'm saying. Some would 100% be like, I'll take the job for 2,000, please, and let me put the kids somewhere else so I can have a little. Like, and again, it's just different strokes for different folks.
Because I really do thrive on it.
I was gonna say me. I would thrive to be a stay-at-home mother and take care of the kids. No, that's like my sanctuary. I'm a very domestic woman. Like, I love. But it's like, it's not just, I think people think of just home. It's not just the home, but it's like, Shay gets things done. Doesn't mean she needs to work a 9-to-5 though to make that happen.
Oh, yeah,
So I
'cause
think it just,
things
exactly, I'm
done.
talking about things done even more when you don't have a 9 to 5. Again, I say this and I mean this genuinely. I think it is different strokes for different folks. Some women prefer to work and, to have that little time away from their children and house and home and all that other stuff. And then others have different
Yeah.
passions and joy and love of what they want.
This was my choice. The life that I have is definitely the life that I chose. It's the life that I wanted. It's the life that I told before Thomas and I got serious.
Mm-hmm.
I said that was a deal breaker for me. If I was going to have kids, then I needed to be home with my kids. I didn't see, well, no. And I even did say when I was younger that I wanted to homeschool my kids. And Thomas was like 10 years ago. Thomas was like, oh no. No.
We need a little bit of
look at us
the
now.
tables have turned.
The tables have
and homeschooling your kids
turned.
24/7. Like, if I have children, I totally would homeschool. Just off of the research that I'm like, oh yeah, they thrive. You have to have patience, though.
There's a benefit to it.
Now, Danielle, that's feminine.
Does it have? I mean, I guess I'll take it. I'll allow it. It doesn't necessarily have to be. It is, because I'm definitely not damsel in distress.
No.
But I am for certain becoming way more comfortable in just because I can
doesn't mean you have to.
And that is growth for me. And it has given me, and that, who knew that was a part of stepping into my divine femininity. It was really just me trying to step into my peace.
Yeah.
Because I was doing all of these things for all of these other people, old and young, just because I could.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, it was just exhausting.
It's a lot.
It was exhausting. Mm-hmm. And so stopping and that I also learned was a part of it, part of femininity. Knowing like, I can do all of those things, but I'm not.
Exactly. Healthy boundaries. 2 words. Healthy boundaries.
Yep.
Because it keeps you happy and at peace, and it keeps everyone else happy and at peace. And people respect that and respect you and your boundaries. But you have to set those boundaries for self in order for other people not to overstep those boundaries.
Yes.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter. It's never too late to start them.
No.
Just want to let you guys know that it is never too late to start healthy boundaries. You haven't been like this. I know. I'm changing, and we're changing. If we're not changing and growing, we're dying.
We're not changing.
So
we're not growing. We're dying.
Yeah.
But it will be uncomfortable.
It's gonna definitely be uncomfortable, but that's okay.
But you pressing through.
You gotta.
And see, there's so much strength in not doing.
Yeah.
That is like. It takes so much strength and power and self-control to not do something that I know that I can do.
Yep.
Especially with my personality, Capricorn in me. It's like, you're doing it wrong. And then wanting to be like, oh, just let me do it.
Just let me do it.
But nope. I just sit back and I say, I could, but I'm not.
That's good.
Because I don't have to. And it's just, it is new for me, but I love it.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's good that you're seeing that and you're doing it.
I am.
You know, as people always say, I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm really not. I'm gonna really stop. And then 3 years later, I'm trying.
You still trying?
Are you?
You still trying?
And sometimes you don't even want to be rude and say that, but some people I want to be like, but are you?
I mean,
I think this is just kind of a part of what your DNA is.
I am like, but are you?
Like, are you?
Are you really
trying?
I ain't gonna.
Yeah.
Because you're not.
Yeah.
Let's have a Yoda moment, and it's not about trying. It's just about doing. What are you going to do?
Just do it. I've been learning to like keep certain things to myself, and then when they're done, it's like, boom. Because you know what, Danielle? Sometimes you got to pop out and show them. I'm telling you, sometimes you gotta pop out and show them, because people be preying on you. PREY.
Really though.
So some things you just have to keep to yourself until it's done, and then you're like, "Oh shit, I didn't know, Danielle, I didn't know." Thank you.
Now you do.
And I worked hard and kept quiet.
Yes.
but I was doing something.
That
it's such a invigorating feeling too.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Because sometimes when you tell people things and it don't happen, you're like, what happened?
Don't worry about it. It does. I mean, sometimes I have to say things out loud so that it puts a fire under me to not like leave them alone. But then there's other things where I'm just like, I don't need anybody else in my ear about this, because thank God I have built the self-control and discipline to know that if this is something that I'm going to do, and people will see it when it's done. Because I don't need your questions in the meantime and in between time.
Exactly.
This may be a process. So it's getting done, and I don't need to put anything out there because we don't understand. Like you said, people are preying on us.
Yeah.
We think that everybody's not for us.
They're not. No, they're not. And
even when they intend to be. Yeah. Because sometimes people do want, and because it'll come from a place of love sometimes, where it's like, oh, I just don't want to see you hurt. And then they try to like hinder progress. And it's like, that's not helping.
Yeah, not at all.
That's not helping.
Yeah. It's like, it's okay.
Thank you so much, everyone. Please follow, like, subscribe.
Oh my gosh, please subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Send us questions.
Yes, send.
What do you guys think about? So what do you think about femininity?
Yes.
And
what are your
the
thoughts?
Idea of divine feminine energy. What does it mean to you?
And share your personal reflections. We want to know, because we don't know everything. I sure don't.
Know
and that's why I was like, I'm asking people, what does it look like to them? And do they see that in me and all these things? I love just getting other people's point of view.
And I don't know what I don't know.
Exactly, you don't.
So there may be something that
heart is open to receive, open to learn.
We will see you here next
time.
Week. Thank you for tuning in with us. We love you. We love you.
Bye. And please pardon our peace.
So sit back, take a seat, and you gon' have to pardon my